Motorola-FCC filings do and do not hint to the Google Nexus 6. New details emerge on the Sony Xperia Z3 coming to T-Mobile, and Apple plans to contradict itself one more time with the iPad Pro. I'm Jaime Rivera, and raise your hand if you have a name that's weirder than mine. This is Pocketnow Daily. Let's begin today with some official news that are interesting, as Apple has just published its own numbers for the adoption of iOS 8. Now, bear in mind, these numbers are from Apple stores, meaning it's not really the full install base. This is actually more like a poll, where apparently iOS 8 has only grown 1% in a month. And think about this, that includes the fact that we have so many iPhone 6 models being sold. So could it be that whenever iOS 8.0.1 happened and customers were allowed to downgrade to previous versions of iOS, people actually left so bad that it ended up matching what iPhone 6 models have been launched? It could be, but leave us a comment down below and tell us, have you upgraded? Because I haven't upgraded my iPhone 4S. In other official news that are also disappointing, Samsung's Q3 numbers are in. And even though they are not as great as we expected, they are great because the company is big anyways. But the company is reporting a 60% loss in profits when compared to last year, meaning last year they were making $9.6 billion in profits, and this year they are below $4 billion. And the reasons are attributed to the fact that the iPhone 6 is squeezing the higher end market for the company, and then the lower end is actually being squeezed by other cheap models from China. So it's really interesting to see what position Samsung is in right now, even though their ads are still there. Now let's talk about Sony and T-Mobile. If you were wondering if the Xperia Z3 is coming to the United States, the company pretty much just confirmed that Sony just launched their own website for the Xperia Z3 coming to T-Mobile, and even though there is a Sony event coming very soon, it's pretty much official that this phone is coming, which is great. And even better, you get a boost in storage for the T-Mobile variant, which starts at 32 gigs instead of the 16 gigs that we get in the international variant, even though you still get micro SD support, so it's great even though we don't have any dates just yet. We'll keep you posted. Now this is very interesting. We have an FCC filing from Motorola for model number 4079 that points to everything we can expect from the Motorola Shamu, but wait right there. There is nothing that actually says that this is the Google Nexus 6, and interesting, there are no photos yet, which is odd for an FCC filing. We're still trying to make up what we're getting here, but it does boost our theory that there could be two devices in the works, the Shamu, which would be the Nexus 6, and another Motorola phablet, which is pretty much the same phone. It's really hard to predict. We'll keep you posted on this one. And finally, for the very interesting news of the day, let's talk iPad, or should we say iPads, as we are expecting an October event for the next iPad Air, and the rumors are this will be the thinnest tablet in the market, period. Apparently, it'll be 0.5 millimeters thinner than the current iPad Air that is already a pound in weight, which is crazy. And even though it wasn't due for a revamp, it seems that it's coming, which is great. But even more interesting, we hear what Apple is already testing for the iPad Pro, the 12.9-inch model, that is still being rumored for next year. Apparently, the company is working on building an integrated version of iOS and OS X. Now listen, integrated, not hybrid, as apparently the company doesn't want to mix these things, but does want to use elements from either for whomever needs OS X or iOS, depending. We've seen this on Android for the longest time, but that leads me to the question of the day. Would you prefer a tablet, an iPad, to include OS X, or would you not? Because in my case, sure, I'd love OS X on a tablet as long as it's as powerful, or at least, for the basic things, but leave us a comment down below. What do you think? Friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.